Welcome back to our review of Tomato Sawyer and Huckleberry Larry. As of right now, Big Jim is at Larry and Bob's camp, and they've warned Mr. Nezzer that he's there. Mr. Nezzer's en route, but they think that this Big Jim character might actually be Little Jimmy from the vinyl collection that Larry loves so much. Vinyls being music, of course, for you scrubs who don't know. What will happen next?
They're here.
All right, where is that big ox?
I say you scared them off with your talk of taxes, Bob. Though I don't think Mr. Nezzer would even pay them if they were real in 1904.
Hey, boss, look at this.
That's where they lit the signal flare. But where are they now?
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Jim! Go get him!
I can't swim. He only doggy paddles.
Ah!
Oh my gosh, shut up. That was too funny. I should have seen it coming too. Bob was happy to help, but the reality sunk in that if he wasn't at his homestead by Friday, then he wouldn't get the land. I told you a wacky adventure would get in the way, didn't I?
You're on. What's my line? Just read the script. I don't have one. Larry, where's the script for the silly song?
Oh great, this is gonna be a hot mess, isn't it?
I've got a song.
You're a lifesaver.
This is gonna suck eggs.
The Biscuit of Zazzamarandabo, it lies atop a mound of snow, high in the hills where the cold winds blow. It's the Biscuit of Zazzamarandabo.
The biscuit of what? Could you spell that out for me?
Biscuit of Zazzamaranda. Oh, what's that you say? We can't leave yet today. You've just got an errand to run.
I just have to stop at the bank.
You just have to stop at the bank.
A cucumber has to do what a cucumber has to do.
Sir James McNabb of the Guild of Dough. He made the biscuit so long ago, and the people they traveled to see it glow on the mountain of Zazzamarandabo.
A biscuit is on top of a mountain. Wow, that should be truly interesting to see.
I just need to stop for some goldfish food.
You don't even have a goldfish.
No, but I was thinking of getting one, and I wouldn't want him to go hungry.
Solid reasoning, Larry. It's not like you got anything better to do.
Was lost to the world many years ago, until my great uncle Archambault stubbed his toe on the frozen dough of the Biscuit of Zazzamarandabo.
This sounds like one fascinating biscuit. It must be majestic to say the least.
The Biscuit of Zazzamarandabo.
Uh-oh.
To be fair, I'm surprised it even lasted this long.
I might have made a wrong turn.
The Biscuit of Doug?
Wow, that was a close call. I was on the edge. I have goosebumps.
We're almost there. Oh, isn't this great?
Who needs to take a potty break?
No!
We will never see it, will we? This is a bigger disappointment than the Pirates film. But on the other hand, this song is amazing, and it's the best silly song we've had since the Monkey Song.
I always thought you were the announcer.
So did I.
OMG. He isn't even the announcer? My mind has just been blown.
Where are we?
I figure we're coming up on... Oh, hold on. Coming up on Davenport.
I have no idea where Davenport even is. Let me Google it for you, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you. Okay, it's located in Iowa. Now I know. Bob explains to Larry the predicament they are in if they are not back in time to prove that they still live on the land that they want to own. Larry counters with how there is a town up ahead called Muscatine that's also in Iowa, and it has a train station. Larry plans on putting Big Jim on a train to St. Louis and then heading back home himself. A surprisingly solid plan if I do say so myself.
Lovely.
Refreshing.
How did Big Jim not wake up? The odds are astronomical that he would sleep through all of that.
Well, the river is my neighbor. Excuse me, this is the narrator's song.
Hey, no excuse you. Larry signed your well, Bob probably signed your paychecks, but Larry's in charge as well.
So the bad man in the mask dumped the jerky in your hands? Right when the police showed up?
Yes. That's why I spent 5 years at the lumber camp.
Which means Mr. Nezzer dumped the turkey jerky in his hand since he was the only other one there. Oh, we caught you, Mr. Nezzer. We busted you. Busted, busted, busted.
Huck, run up ahead and look for the train station while I tie up the raft.
Aye, aye, Captain Tom. secure the area, and pick up some donuts.
I mean, he said nothing about donuts. I could go for a few myself.
Excuse me, sir. Would you happen to know where I can find a train station, conveniently located next to a bakery?
Yeah, but I think we should do the mega happy ending.
Oh, the mega happy ending, that's doable.
Well, I guess you guys are all screwed. I mean, you lived a good life, at least on that one day, from about 2 to 2:30. Hey, fish and chips from the Sheer Luck episode. OMG, Veggieception confirmed. Oh man, you guys, it has been far too long since I've been able to do that.
So, you play any football in high school? You got the size for it.
No, I was in musicals.
Really?
I thoroughly enjoy this moment. No sarcasm, I'm being 100% very real with you guys. This is a nice little touch, and I wish there was more stuff like this. These characters connect on a personal level. At least that's how it feels and seems to us.
Ooh, pretty. Maybe no one noticed.
Oh, they noticed all right. Everyone in the town sets off their signal flares as well. Larry seems to trip over how even babies have the signal flares. We then see Jimmy and Jerry, or Jerry and Jimmy, however you want to say it, stealing donuts.
Get back here! Looks like these two rascals are in a heap of trouble.
Dukes of Hazzard reference aside, they then land conveniently right next to Bob and Larry's raft. That's very convenient. Jimmy and Jerry recognize Big Jim and lie to Larry about wanting to help bring Big Jim to St. Louis to get back to his mother. I would like to point out that Jimmy and Jerry get darker in color whenever they're zoomed in on.
I'll tell you what, friends. Since you were so kind as to snatch us from the river's icy jaws, the Duke and I will escort your large compatriot down to St. Louis.
Do you see what I mean now? Bob and Larry seem to believe Jimmy and Jerry. Larry still wants to make sure Big Jim gets to his mom, though. Bob, on the other hand, disagrees and decides to head back home to make sure they don't lose the land.
I need a ticket.
North to Dubuque or south to St. Louis?
North.
Bob, don't let Larry guilt you. Going back home is the right decision. If you guys split up, then Larry gets to make sure Big Jim gets home, and you make sure you guys still get the land. It's a solid plan. It's a win-win.
Excuse me, sir. Could you hand me my fishing pole?
I didn't knock it down. And besides, I'm not supposed to get involved.
No, Bob, please don't fall for this obvious setup. Please?
My lucky fishing pole! That guy could have helped me.
So Bob learns his lesson and gets a train ticket to St. Louis instead. Oh joy. Jimmy and Jerry turn into the WWE heels that we all knew they were and turn Big Jim over to Mr. Nezzer. Meanwhile, Larry gets shoved into a raft as to not get in the way while Big Jim attempts to escape in a hot air balloon. Not a bad idea if I do say so myself. You killed him. Thanks, Mr. Nezzer. You know, I would have never pegged you as a murderer before right now. How did Bob climb to the exact right spot and then perfectly cast his lucky fishing reel and catch Larry by his shorts and not by any part of his skin, which would have been the more likely part of him to catch? That was super dangerous, Bob. That was like the worst plan. Big Jim lands on the Ferris wheel and somehow gets launched off of it. In what seems impossible, Big Jim lands right next to his mom as she is performing on stage. I mean, the odds are astronomical. Mr. Nezzer is then reported as having stolen some turkey jerky from a vendor at the World's Fair. I mean, come on, he's rich. Why would he be stealing it still? Anyways, the narrator then now gets involved and stops Mr. Nezzer from escaping. Bob and Larry did not get the land they lived on for almost 5 years. Happy ending, question mark?
I got a nice piece of land down by the river.
I am 35 years old. I am divorced, and I live in a van down by the river.
Personally, I found this story riveting, full of flawed characters and classic American humor.
Wow, great moves, Mr. Lunt. Keep it up. Proud of you.
It's time to talk about what we learned today.
And so what we learned, take a look.
What happened to the song?
You don't like that they skipped it? I thought you didn't like the song, Bob. Is it growing on you?
James 4:17. If you know what is right to do, but you do not do it, you sin. When you know what you should do and don't do it, you're actually doing something wrong.
This rings all too true. The next time you see a situation happen on TV or maybe in real life, pay attention to how nobody does anything, or very, very few people actually do anything. It's amazing, to say the least.
Nice story.
Thanks, Bob.
Brilliant animation, on par with Pixar. Can we see it in slow motion?
Thanks, Bob.
What is this, the Bible Man animated show?
Goodbye!
That was Tomato Sawyer and Huckleberry Larry, Big River Rescue. Was it good? Yes, and that's actually why I decided to split it into 2 parts and not skip over mass chunks of the episode to make it into one, regular review episode. But I believe this episode had enough laughs and gaffes for us to have a 2-parter episode. And the silly song, that was something special, wasn't it? I want Zazzamarandabo to be on every kid's spelling test. From now on, let's make it happen. Stay tuned as next time we review Abe and the Amazing Promise. Abraham. It's taken a while for them to do any stories on Abraham. But remember, God made you special, and he loves you very much. Bye!